Welcome to the TV Music Network podcast with Phyllis and Belinda. I'm Phyllis.
And I'm Belinda.
Hey, and today we're going to be talking about American Idol. Now, season 2 is going pretty strong. They've had a lot of good shows, a lot of good television, I would say, since the show has started. And the section we're going to talk about now is the Celebrity Duet section that they had just very recently with the top 14. Belinda.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the duets, some of the people that they had, and some of the mentors.
There was a bunch of celebrity duets. I don't know if they actually, do they call them mentors? What do they call them? The celebrity duets.
Celebrity duets, I guess.
They had Shaggy, they had
Superstar
Ben Harper,
mentors, who knows?
They had Julia Michaels, Brett Young.
Yep.
They had Pat Benatar and her husband, Giraldo.
One of my favorites from
they had
forever. Cynthia Erivo, who was a Grammy winner, Tony winner. She's an Emmy winner.
Ooh, she get that Oscar?
Yeah, she might get that Oscar.
Sorry.
Maybe not.
The
Widows. Yes, Harriet Tubman. Yeah.
Oh,
so you never know.
Okay, we'll have to follow up on that later.
Yeah, she might get her EGAT.
Yeah, and they also had Jason Mraz.
Yep. Julia Michaels.
Yeah, a lot of performers.
Chris Isaac,
and they sang duets with the contestants.
Yeah.
And I think at some points they gave better advice to the contestants than the judges have. And it's probably because they've been working with them. Like, the judges aren't allowed to have any contact and see them and all that. They see them when they come on stage.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
They were got to work in the scenes, test out their notes, give them some advice.
Right.
So I think it was very helpful. One instance was Jason Mraz was with Walker, and the two of them had a duet together.
Yeah, and they're both kind of similar, singer-songwriters.
They performed his single, Have It All. And at one point, Jason Mraz says he has a good voice. He, has a good tone, but when I see him, I don't know what kind of artist is, who he's trying to be.
Right.
So Jason finally sat down and said, look, like, you're trying too hard, you're trying to be something you're not. Be yourself. You're good. People like it. So just be yourself. And I think it worked out. And he looks so comfortable on that performance. And one of the things a lot of the contestants said, they've never do it with anyone before.
Right, yeah.
That was the first time they ever do it with anybody before.
There was one person, I don't know who it was, they said they're not comfortable with harmonies. They never really do harmonies because they're a solo performer. And so that's basically what they're talking about. Right.
Which they probably get some example for that from Hollywood Week.
A little bit.
Because you're working with the group, but maybe during Hollywood Week, maybe instead of having them get in groups of 4s, maybe they should have them go in groups of 2s.
Right.
And that would give them some practice and maybe, or something like that.
And then I think Hollywood Week too, it's more the coaches, the vocal coaches and the performances, and then putting things together. And it's really not about, in my opinion, the performance or how well they can sing. It's like, how well can they endure this 24 hours? Or how well...
I thought they always said back in the day, I think they always said the purpose of Hollywood Week to see how you can work with other people.
Exactly.
Can you handle the pressure when you're on 24 hours? Your plane gets mixed. Your limo doesn't show. Yeah. You have to ride,
And I hate to say that they're not doing this on purpose, but people always get sick, especially in California. You get sick in December, sick in January, and when you're a singer and you're on the road,
there's been 100 times, and every singer and the judges tell them that too. You've had to perform not feeling 100%.
Right.
People don't really think about that when you're not feeling well. Sometimes you're not feeling well. Us everyday people, when we go to work, and you're really not feeling well.
Right.
But you go to work anyway because you don't want to lose a sick day. You have no more sick days. Or
exactly.
Sick days.
But Lionel, I think, said it to them too.
And when you're a performer and you're on tour, which we've basically been seeing right now with all the current tours that are being canceled,
right.
A lot of times, a performer, you're like, I can't cancel this date.
Right.
If I cancel the show, what's going to happen? That's one of the points.
Like what Lionel Richie said at one point. There's 12,000 people that came to see you.
Yeah.
There's probably another 20 or 30 local people that are in the concession stands paying. Like, if you cancel, they might not get paid that day.
Yeah.
Plus, he has his own crew. And so you never know. So you really can't get sick. You have to take care of yourself and be really healthy. And that's probably like their first lesson.
Their first lesson
in being healthy.
And it also tells you if you can handle it.
That's true.
People think it's really simple and it's really easy. Oh, it's so much fun. They're a superstar or whatever.
Right.
And I know from touring days, it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, look, people doing local shows now as opposed to being on a tour bus and I could tell you the fun story, I tell you horror stories. Anyway.
Yeah, you got some horror stories. Yeah. But
anyway,
I think
so people don't know, and this is giving them a chance. They
Right.
probably have only played at coffee houses, have only played in front of their parents, have only
Right.
performed at church,
or only performed at school.
only performed at school,
Right.
or at a college comp. This is showing you, can you work with people, because you be a solo artist, but can you get along with this tour manager? Can you get along with this roadie?
Exactly.
Can you get along with this background singer? Do you
Can
want to
you-
kill that
yeah.
guitar player?
Do you want to
know?
kill your second member of the group? Y'all about to break up before y'all even get your record deal.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I think that's that. I was always told that was what the purpose of Hollywood Week was.
Right.
Just to see if they could handle it.
Well,
And
speaking
some
of
people
handle
don't,
it,
but on these duets,
how'd you think some of them handled?
Walker handled it very, very well. I think
Right.
he
Oh,
handled
great.
it well. That was the most comfortable. I think Jason Mraz gave him really good advice,
Right.
and I actually enjoyed the duet. I thought it was really good.
Good for
Duets
them.
that didn't work out so well. We talked about a little bit last time. They bring in my girl Pat Benatar.
Yes.
They bring in Pat Benatar, which
Oh, my
I
God.
said before we even saw her walk on the stage, she was going to be badass. It's Pat Benatar.
She can't help it.
She can't help it. You bring Pat Benatar out, you bring her husband, Neil Giraldo, you bring them out, you put them with the two contestants. One was Madison. They sang "We Belong."
Right.
Pat is
That
sitting
was a
on
really good
stool.
performance.
It was
Right.
a great performance.
Right.
She's sitting on a stool, and she just couldn't keep up with Pat Benatar. It wasn't
Well,
going
of
to
course
happen.
she couldn't.
It wasn't going to happen. Pat even kind of downed it back a little. Like, let me just sit here on this stool.
Yeah.
I'm in my badass and my 60s
Yeah.
and not try to out-sing this girl.
Yeah, she did
And I
Celine
think-
Dion.
I think Pat and Neil were very like parents, you know, because their daughter.
Yeah,
was a
they
singer,
were very
and they've been seeing
mentoring,
their daughter
nurturing,
when she was
right.
16.
And Pat's mom was a singer.
Tried to
So,
sing.
yeah, I'm pretty sure she...
So I'm sure they were thinking of the mom and the parent aspect because, you know, Pat's daughter.
Right.
You know.
And she's happy. She wants to mentor this little
And
girl.
you want to mentor all this stuff too. And Neil was trying to help. And
Right.
you know, Neil and Pat were looking like these kids aren't ready. Not saying they weren't ready, but if you were going to pick two Pat Benatar songs, I think I wouldn't have picked those two. So yeah, Madison did
Okay,
better.
what else was she gonna? What else? No matter what Pat Benatar song they sang, it was going to be the same result. Pat can't help it.
That is true, and she did dial it back.
Right.
But the Madison one, it kind of covered itself.
Right.
But then there was Kate, and I liked Kate.
Yeah, I liked Kate
I liked
too.
Kate.
But
they had her sing
Heartbreaker?
Heartbreaker. That was mistake.
Oh
number
my
one.
God! Yeah,
Why did you bring Heartbreaker?
I love that song.
If
I've
they would have
tried
been better
to
off
sing
doing
that
Love is
song.
a Battlefield. Would have been
Yeah.
better off to do it because it has a lower tone.
Yeah, you wanted a song that
Could do
that
Invincible.
wait that fit Kate's voice a lot more.
They should have even bust out a song from. Pat released a jazz album. And I remember everyone didn't want to do it. I was working at EMI at the time, and it wasn't. It was a great album, but people didn't like it.
I don't
jazz
know
stuff.
if there was a good Pat Benatar song
Maybe
for
they should have picked
Kate.
a song from there or some kind of ballad. I don't know. Well, anyway, they picked Heartbreaker, so maybe it was like strike one.
Love that song.
And then she has to play guitar for like a year or something.
Uh-huh.
And then Neil, Pat's husband, tries to help her.
I
Here's
thought that was
Spidey.
fine.
He's like, you should play a guitar solo.
Sure.
So he's giving her time to shine out, and she looked like she's playing the guitar.
Yeah, she looked deer out of
Like,
headlights.
oh my God, I'm so scared. And then it was
Yeah, well, speaking of scared,
a funny
I think,
part.
Listen, I think it's speaking of scared. I think she got into her head a little bit because she's like, "Oh my God, I'm singing with Pat Benatar, one of the greatest singers that probably can't do it. I can't hit those notes. I can't sing like her." And I think that's a lot of that got into her head.
One thing she said was she didn't know who Pat Benatar was. She made a comment, "Oh, I know you saw him for like Guitar Hero or
Right,
something like that." I was
right.
like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's Pat Benatar." But I
Pat's
understand,
60.
yeah, for her age, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh my gosh, it's Pat Benatar." And Pat
But she
Benatar,
knows who she is now.
yeah, she know. Okay, she didn't say she did. She knew the song because of that. So Neil gave her a solo. It's like they tried really hard to help her and make it sound good.
Yeah, to showcase her.
The song was over her head, and
Yeah.
I think it hurt her.
Of course, it hurt her,
hurt
but
her.
it's
And
not.
I don't
not
know
her
who
fault.
picked the songs. I don't know if they said, okay, Neil and Pat, what two songs do you guys think?
Right.
How they picked the contestants going to sing with them, I don't really know.
Speaking of that,
But it didn't work.
Yeah.
And I knew the group. But the good thing about it was Pat and Neil got airtime. It was good to see some
Right.
rock representation. It was good to see someone who was big in the 80s because, as you know, anytime
Right.
you can bring in an 80s reference or artist, it works in my book. And to see, then they got to introduce their tour. 40th anniversary tour coming
Right, of
up.
course.
Started in the summer. I was waiting for the tour dates to pop up online,
Right.
and they didn't.
But they mentioned
here's
it.
the tour dates. Oh, they popped the tour.
Then
I'm ready to see Pat.
One that
I feel sorry for Kate.
Yeah. One that was a little problematic, I think, too, and you'll have to help me out with the specifics
You
of
said,
it.
speaking of, you were going to name something.
Yeah, Shawn Robinson. When he sang with Elle King,
Yeah.
they had a little...
Yes,
he was
yes,
not comfortable
yes,
with
yes.
the song that they picked.
And can we? Let's talk about that for a second, because it really did make me happy, and I'll tell you why.
You know,
They sang "Proud Mary," and when
yes.
here's one thing I know I mentioned before. I'll keep it short because I know I mentioned it 100 times. What I do not like about the duets, these shows they're taped far in advance. Okay,
Right.
They taped these duets. Actually, this time it wasn't as far as advanced as in previous times. They taped these like early February, it was during like Grammy week or whatever. So what I
So
don't
it's about
like
a month ago.
is that it's taped. You know who's going to make it. They know, the producers, and it's edited. And it seems to me, and I said it last year and happened this year too, seems to me the people that did not make it, they show some kind of fault in their performance. So that way when the judges pick their people and left out the 3 to go home, you could say, oh yeah, I see why.
Right.
And that's what I think is to me it's a disadvantage. It made it seem like everybody else was
for
perfect.
drama and for tension.
Yeah, it made it say everybody else was perfect. And these 3 didn't make it.
You didn't see
we're going to show the
you didn't
3
see
of
their
them.
best moments.
Yeah, so
right.
we're going to show you them not being at their best, so that when we cut them, you know why. That's just my opinion.
Right. But
you may think differently.
with
and with
Elle,
the Shawn thing, I was not happy with that, because the song was "Proud Mary," and he was going to sing the Tina Turner version. And when I first heard them say it, I'm like, oh no.
right.
Why are you doing Tina Turner version? You should be doing the John Fogerty version. As people, if you don't know that, the original song is by Clarence Clearwater. John Fogerty's the songwriter. Why didn't you do that version? So then she said, oh, I don't think it's really good for his voice. Maybe we should change the arrangement.
Right.
And maybe we should do the Clarence version. CCR version.
Right.
To make it better. And then you see Shawn going, oh, it's been changed at the last minute to suit my voice. And then she's talking to him. And then he gets there, he doesn't have the tempo. He forgets a part. Okay, that happened. That's fine.
That's the business.
Okay.
Things change all the time, especially on television shows and television performances and things. So that I understand. But I feel like part of it was, and I'm sure this all happened.
Yeah.
We just didn't see it on camera. Maybe they had a mentoring session where he probably said to Elle, at least I hope this happened, I don't know how comfortable I am. It's a lot. It's quick for me to change it right now.
He did mention that, but
yeah, I know. But I'm saying maybe him and Elle had that little thing, or maybe he had that with the coaches and stuff. We don't know. But the only thing about that is that, okay, it's not fair. But sometimes life's not fair.
Okay, we know life's not fair.
And we need to learn, and they need to learn now sometimes how life's not fair. However,
maybe this will help him when he tries out for things in the future.
Right.
I just thought it was a little bit convenient that they show, okay, he messed up. That would have explained why he got taken out. Do we really need to see all of this? You didn't see it with Kate. You know, Kate.
It's drama.
It's just the way they mention. I don't know. It just drives me insane. But I understand why they do it because it's drama. And I love drama.
That wasn't the talent portion of it.
I love drama on shows.
It's a reality show, so that was the reality part of the show that he unfortunately is a part of. But I wasn't a big fan of Shawn's voice to begin with.
He should have been watching the Boys to Men tape.
Yeah, and I feel like there were better songs that could have worked for his voice.
We don't know if the song was just given to him. We don't know. Did he have
choice? Forget the song for a second.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Out of any one of those top 20 songs, I don't know how many people performed. Out of one of those songs, I don't know if any of those 20 songs that anybody sang would have worked for him.
There was 20. It was 10 and 10.
Was there a song that anybody, or maybe Wicked Game? I don't know. I still have yet to find the right song for Shawn Robinson's voice for me.
Okay. I will find the right song. Shawn, we would love to hear the information.
Hey, Shawn.
If you're listening.
We want to hear more.
If you're listening.
Feel free to reach out.
Reach out. We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
I'll help you pick some songs out. In case you want to try out for another show someday.
This is a voice.
I'll help you pick out some songs.
Yeah.
In the meantime, he should listen to, there's a group called Boys to Men.
ABC, BBD.
I'm sure he's heard of them.
Yeah.
He needs to listen and study Boys to Men. I don't want him singing it.
Talk to Shawn Robinson. Talk to Shawn.
I don't need him trying to imitate and be like Shawn Stoddard, but he just practice and watch them and whatever. They have a show in Vegas, so he can go down there, see them live. Anyway.
I agree with that. I think that might be pretty good.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what worked, what didn't work.
Okay, so that's the thing I did not like in that example. And every person who got sent home had some kind of incident.
Right.
To me, and that's what I thought. Like I said, him messing up, they could have did that. Boom, he messed up, and then they could have made the arrangement. They could have.
But I said, I think that's just the drama part, the reality part of the show.
Yeah, and you could tell the judge at one point when Katie was like, "Oh my God, Pat Benatar." She's like, "Okay, I got to say something about this contestant."
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, Pat Benatar.
Like, we have this kind of job. We get to watch artists like this.
Yeah,
Pat's
exactly.
Oh
yeah, Kate, we liked you.
Yeah.
I think you did good.
So I think that was a little bit hard, but I was happy. Whoever cast Pat and Neil, bravo.
Yes, thank God.
Bravo.
That was fantastic.
Her, Kate, and but that's the two. Okay, so that was the Elle King situation.
One song that I thought worked really well. Let's see. Brett Young sang a song. Oh, was it Brett?
Yeah, let's talk about Brett Young.
But
Brett Young performed twice. He performed with the two country girls in the competition.
Right.
He performed with Lacey K. Booth.
Right, and he performed with Riley.
And he performed with Raleigh. He sang both of his songs with both of them.
I thought that the song he sang with Riley was better than the song he sang with Lacey.
Okay.
I feel like Riley's song, well, maybe let's put it this way. I feel like Riley has more of a personality than Lacey does, in a sense.
I think Riley has more of a personality than Lacey, but Lacey has a better voice.
Oh, of course. Lacey has a better voice. Riley has a great voice, too. But I feel like Riley has a great voice, and she has stage presence and charisma and chemistry more than Lacey, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Not to say that they're both not great.
I think it's going to hurt one or the other down the line.
Yeah, because they're going to be confusing each other.
They're going to be confusing. There's a lot of blondes in the competition right now.
There's only 3.
Well, there's 3 now, but there's 3 now because of the cuts that we're going to talk about in a few minutes.
Right.
But at that time, there was a lot of blondes, and I think it's going to hurt, which I've seen it hurt in past seasons, so nothing against anyone's talent. But 2 country girls in the top 14 usually works. Top 10, I could see it being an issue. I know that the producers would love to have.
But they really have to stand out.
But they really have to stand out. We've seen it happen last year where it went down to 1.
Right.
But there was always more than 2 country guys.
Right.
But when it comes to the girls, it's always sometimes a little bit different.
Right.
I think Brett Young, who I was not 100% familiar with.
Right.
Usually I know a lot of the country males because of events and everything else too. He was one I didn't know much about.
Yeah,
I kept getting him confused at one point. I was like, was he the guy that auditioned for the show one time? And that was Chris Lame. Anyway, country fans don't come at me. I'm getting there. Anyway, but he sang his song Mercy with Lacey.
I like the songs.
Both of the girls I believe were young. I know Raleigh's 16. I don't know Lacey's age at the moment. But both of the girls, you could tell, they were fans of his. They had like a crush on him.
It was cute.
They were like, oh my God, I'm singing with him. And he was so polite with them.
Yeah.
And he was so like, let's work on the song. Stop looking at me. You got a crush.
Yeah, I know. Don't look at me.
Stick to the business.
Look at here. Look at me.
Yeah, you 15. Look over here, Raleigh. Lacey, we'll talk later. Oh
God.
Anyway, so
funny.
he was like, and he sang with them. He gave them very good advice. He told the one girl, you never performed before.
Yeah.
I know it's like I put my first album
how to talk about it with emotion, too.
He was young. He gave idea about being new in the business and catching on really quick. He said it happened to him. And all that. I meant to read up on him, but taking no more about him since then. I'm sure we're going to run into him. Probably at Billboard or somewhere now. What that usually happens. We see someone Idol. We've never heard of these performers.
And then here they come.
And then, it happened plenty of times, especially when Big Machine was involved. And we see them all the time. But anyway, so I'm sure we'll run into Brett Young. And, I think he did a good job with the 2 girls. And they sounded good.
You go, Brett.
So it worked for 2 of them.
Right.
Elle King also performed. While we're on the subject of Elle King, she also performed with Lane.
I don't know if
Elle King and Lane performed together, and they did The Wait by the band. And I was very excited. I'm like, we're getting some rock on the show.
I don't think I remember it.
You know what? I think you didn't. Anyway, yeah. It was towards the end.
No, I didn't remember it.
It was towards the end, yeah. They performed it. They sang. They both sound very good. Lane had his, I'm rockabilly now look.
That just seems so to me. His rockabilly look to me, maybe it's genuine, but to me it's like when some people at The Voice, hate to mention it, suddenly go country, or suddenly decide to do jazz, or suddenly decide to do whatever. Or when they Danny Goki things.
They used to have that was a perfect example. It was season 8 when 2 of the contestants went country and got record deals.
Yeah.
Like what it happened on?
Yeah.
It happened on the other show.
Cassidy Pope.
There you go. All of a sudden, I'm a country artist. You're like, wait a minute, but it's happened. I think Lane, before he went to Hawaii, because they had a little break, he was at home back. I think he's from Louisiana or somewhere.
He had some talking with his dad, talking with some LA managers,
with his friends. I think he was kind of working it out. He was thinking, you know what?
We got to find a way to stand
out. Between all him, his best friend and best friend's sister who got released.
Oh, I forgot about her. Yeah.
And they were like, you're going to have to step up your game and do something different.
Because
so you can stand
out of the top 20,
a lot of guys
your voice isn't
you're not the strongest voice.
Right.
And I think they were home. They were sitting back. They probably were flipping channels. That's what I think.
Oh.
I think they were flipping channels.
And they came across that Elvis concert.
I think they were flipping 2 things. I think they were flipping channels. They were trying to get to HBO so they could watch it, catch up on probably Games of Thrones or something.
And they saw the Elvis special.
And no. And then they were switching. As we get right to that channel, they got to MTV Classics. It comes right before you get to HBO because I usually stop. And there was the Stray Cats.
Yes.
It was an old video.
Oh my God. Brian Setzer was doing, yes.
There was Brian and there was Lee Rocker and there was something and he was like, And his mom goes, oh, I used to love the Stray Cats. Oh, I'm about to turn on.
And no one's doing it right now.
No one's really doing that rockabilly style.
He's like, I wonder if my suit still fits.
And he's like, who are they?
Right.
And mom's like, that was Brian Setzer. He's a star. That was Lee Rocker. YouTuber.
You know what I wish?
Then as they watched it, they turned it. Then they're probably like, you know what? Dad said, a lot of people say, I'm reading on Facebook, people say they remind you of Elvis. We just watched that Elvis concert.
Elvis Presley?
We just watched that concert.
Right.
It was on NBC. Yeah, you were asleep.
Yeah, it was that tribute to the comeback special.
Yeah,
it was in '68, way before you were born, youngin.
So I think they probably flipped that on, and him and his friends got talking. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna go.
I don't know.
That's what I think it is.
I hope it works for him.
But it could be wrong. I mean, it just seems that all of a sudden he's got the suit on. Well, anyway, he's saying with Elle King.
I want him to work harder.
Okay, well, he's saying with Elle King.
Do you think
they did the way by the band, and it actually sounded good?
Yeah,
I liked it. The judges liked it, and then Elle King even says at the end, she runs and she goes, "Oh my God, who are you? Who are you? You're like Elvis." There you go.
I wish that the person that is closest to a crooner now, or closest to closest to that kind of music now, is Chris Isaac.
Yes.
I wish he would have sang with Chris Isaac.
Well, that could segue.
If that happened, then Chris would have been able to really mentor him. Number one,
Chris would have told him
and really tell him, like, if this is what you want to do, it's got to be more about the music. Right now, it feels as good as it is, or as well as he's putting it off. It feels like a gimmick to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
We'll have to see if it continues that way. But let's talk about Chris Isaac for a second.
Sure, let's do it.
Chris Isaac showed up, and you notice he only sang once. He didn't sing twice. So who was the other person that only sang once as well?
He only sang once?
Yeah, he only sang. Give me a second to think about it. Because everybody sang twice. But if he only sang once, that means another person had to have only sang once. I'll think it was going less. Okay, let's talk about Chris Isaac. Chris Isaac, comes, he sings with Evelyn.
Right.
Evelyn sang Wicked Game
on
the show. And
then sang
at that
it again.
point, I wasn't too keen on it. And I wasn't too happy because it had just been sung on another show. And I even made a comment on this podcast, like, what is going on, Chris Isaac? You got your song license. Everybody's singing it.
Yeah, it was like that girl who sang Ring of Fire like 800
dollar
times.
Signs. Oh, yeah. So we're singing, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Lo and behold, we make the comment, we missed you, Chris. We hope you see you. And now here he is.
Here you come.
He comes to American Idol. And what does he comes on? I thought, oh, perfect, he's coming.
And he sings
Well, at least we
Wicked
know
Game.
he won't be singing Wicked Game because it's a girl. He comes to sing with Evelyn, and they sing Wicked Game. And she says...
I didn't notice he only sang once.
He only sang once. Okay, she says... she goes, I had to write down my top 3 people I wanted to do. Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had known that.
Okay, so she wrote her 3. Number 1 was
Can I try for American Idol and pick my top 3 and maybe, Lenny
Number
Kravitz will walk out?
Was Chris Isaac. So they asked Chris Isaac, that was her number 1. He comes on, he says, yes, I'm coming down just to sing with her. Like, I heard her voice, I saw. He was just like, I'm here for this, and we're going to sing Wicked Game.
It wasn't my favorite of the
To me,
night.
it wasn't. It was like, A, you have an advantage because you've already sang it, so you already rehearsed
so you
this
already
song.
practiced it.
B, he's your top person, so you know this song.
Right.
And then C, Chris Isaac comes, you're going to sing it. To me, it was kind of a kind of a unfair advantage.
It was an unfair advantage. Part of it was on her fault too because people had already heard her sing it, so they're just like, oh.
And then they perform it, and I'm thinking, well, this should be great. And it wasn't great. First of all, Chris Isaac, okay, I don't know how old Evelyn is. She's very young.
18 or 19.
Okay, she's overage. It looked creepy.
Yeah, very creepy.
Because you hear that
I even
song,
mentioned it.
The passion of the song,
I
what
want
the song's
you.
about.
Right.
And he was standing so far away from her, like he was like, I'm standing here because I'm in my 50s.
Yeah, and it's
you stand over here, 20 years,
and the Me Too movement's going on.
Yeah, I came over here.
I ain't got time for that.
No, I didn't know that he was 20 for the show.
Where were you 30
and I'm
years
here
ago?
Now.
Right.
And then he explains to her about the song. He says, let me tell you, because you weren't born when it came out.
Right.
He tells her about the song, and he comes down. I'm thinking, is he going to announce a tour? Is he going to announce the Wicked Games?
Something.
I'm going to sing the album in full or something? And then he said, thank you, good night. I'm gone.
Yeah.
He didn't come back.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was like,
there was some
what's
editing
going on?
or something going on there that maybe we missed.
But
I don't know.
he sounded fantastic.
Of course he did.
He sounded great. He sang it. There was a part where I just kind of wanted to say, just sit there and smile. Let me just break it down the end for you, girlfriend. Because it's a very popular song. It's Wicked Game.
Everybody knows it.
In the 80s. So anytime you can get another performer who was big in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Come out to sing Wicked Game.
Yeah.
It's Chris Isaac.
So,
love you, Chris. Hope we see you tour.
I don't know, but there was something a little bit off with that pairing.
But he only sang once.
Yeah.
So I got to think of the other person.
Once was enough. Maybe
I go down my list. He basically came and said, that's all I'm singing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out. Bye.
Find somebody else. So we took to Lane and Elle.
We didn't talk a little bit about...
Hold on. We had Lacey and Brett. Raleigh and Brett. Shaggy.
I was about to say that. Can we talk about Shaggy?
It was really interesting to see Shaggy without Sting. We have not seen Shaggy without Sting since last February. It's
they've been glued, attached to their hips.
Glued to the hips. It's like Sting found his son, his long lost son, and it's Shaggy.
It's as if Shaggy...
They perform together, they tour together, they won a Grammy.
It's like Shaggy is part of Sting's writer.
Yeah. Exactly.
You have to bring Shaggy. I have to sing with him. It has to be a duet. We have to perform together. We have to record together. We have to be together, whatever. Except for the 2 weeks I'm on vacation. Yeah. And then Shaggy can go to American Idol and do celebrity duets.
Yeah. That's right. He did host
and do a celebrity duets.
That was all that week. He had 1 week off when Sting was on vacation.
He's like, Pops.
He might be in the last ship next year. I don't know. But I know a lot of Steve
he might be the last.
I know a lot of the Steve fans are hating it. I know a lot of the Shaggy fans are hating it. But these two are glued at the hip. But anyway, it was good to see Shaggy without Steve.
I'm having a good time.
So Shaggy shows up. He gave really good advice. Everybody.
And his performances were fun.
Shaggy's fun.
Yeah, I thought they were fun.
I was ready, really hoping.
He was at Uché.
They were gonna sing. It wasn't me. I was ready. Because there's a whole part where the guy sings, and Shaggy comes up, and it's like it would have been perfect.
Yeah, it would have been.
I was ready. They didn't sing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up? You missed an opportunity.
There wasn't time.
You missed a perfect opportunity for those two to bust out. It wasn't me.
Yeah. So he was with the Uché, and then the second person.
Bumbly.
Oh my God, Bumbly! I forgot.
And they sang his song "Angel," and she fit perfect with them. She was comfortable with him. She was kind of singing. He gave her a lot of compliments. I was watching. I'm like, Bumbly, you need to try to hook up on the Shaggy tour.
Yeah, do something, girl.
You need to be saying, all right, Shaggy.
Yeah, because you know your goodbye is coming.
My goodbye's coming, Shaggy. I'm going to be singing backup. I have my resume right now. IMDb, Bumbly, Shaggy. American Idol performance.
Yep.
That's all you got to say.
B and S. S and B.
It's true. You did sing with Shaggy.
Yeah.
Number 1 on the resume.
There you go.
So they sang, and then the two of them, then Uché and Shaggy sang, and they did "I Need Your Love," and they were so comfortable with each other.
Yeah,
but I think
Uché is just he's just a good performer.
But Shaggy gave them very good advice. He told Bubbly, so she was saying, "Oh, how do you go? I'm used to singing in the subway." She's a street performer.
Right.
She's singing in the subway. How do you go to that connection?
Yeah, to a bigger venue. Right.
To a bigger venue. And then she goes, "So how do I handle people who don't understand my style?" And Shaggy said, right there, and let me tell you about the haters. He just went there and said, "You guys," he goes,
"Yeah." And Shaggy's like,
goes,
"I know a lot about haters because now it's thing. Yeah,
it's going crazy. I heard a blood trouble, man. I even said, I'm going to this concert. Am I going to hear Fragile or Shaggy going to be singing it?" Anyway, that's another story. So he told her, "Don't listen to it. He goes, it's good to be a performer. You got to have some kind of confidence." I think she was missing that confidence.
Yeah, but when she got you have to develop a thick skin in a way that it doesn't. Well, you think of all the criticism as constructive, and it won't hurt you.
And she got up there with Shaggy, and she was a star. She sang it, sounded convincing.
She goes, "This is my last hurrah."
Like, but hey, Shaggy's a singer, and he has a song. There's a female, so the background singer comes out and singing with it.
Yeah,
he was up there. Him and Uché just took to a whole new level. They were out there with dance steps. They had choreography.
It was great.
They sang his song, "I Need Your Love," and that was a good performance.
Right.
Everybody was on their feet. They were like in a club. It was everywhere else, and it worked out good. There was a couple other performances we'll talk about real quick. Julia Michaels. Julia Michaels was there.
Right.
Okay, Julia Michaels was there, and she sang "Issues," her big hit.
Right.
Alyssa Ragu, and she also gave good advice too. They sang it.
Alyssa Ragu reminds me of just like the traditional little pop singers and people that are out right now.
Yeah.
And I think that Julia was probably the best person for her to be with because she's a pop girl trying to fit into that mold of all those other people. And Julia, correct me if I'm wrong, she started out as a singer-songwriter as well,
yes.
right?
This is week 2, by the way.
Right.
I mean, day 2.
Right. So I think that she was able to, because she's a writer, she's used to different voices and different people in her songs. And as a producer, she was able to produce that duet that they sang together. And I think it turned out really well. The only thing I think though is I worry about Ragu in general because she has the best pop sounding voice out of all the contestants that they have on the show at the moment.
Yeah.
And
she does.
Yeah, but it's not one of those like distinctly recognizable voices where you can close your eyes and you can go, "Oh my God, that's Ariana Grande. That's so and so. That's so and so." And I think she's probably going to end up sounding like just everybody else.
That was day 2. Should we talk about who got cut from day 1? Or should we just do them all together?
Yeah, we can do them all together.
All right, that's fine. All right, so that was Alyssa with Julia Michaels.
Yes.
This is on day 2. Then they had, so she sang twice as well.
Julia sang twice, yeah.
She did perform twice. I have to look to see. Oh, she also sang with Logan. Her and Logan did a duet. And they did.
That's another one I don't remember.
What a Time Today.
I think I get Logan confused with Lane.
Okay.
And I don't even remember that.
Logan's a young kid. He's a recovering drug addict.
What did they sing?
Trying to make it. They sang a song. I gotta read my handwriting. What a Time Today was a duet. It's a duet she originally has with the guy from One Direction. Now hold it.
Yes.
So they sang that song.
Yes.
And it was okay.
Yeah.
It didn't jump up and then jump out. He was a little nervous.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. It was okay. It was good performance, good song, but nothing that stood out.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then we had
Lucas Graham.
Lucas Graham showed up.
I like Lucas Graham.
Lucas Graham was there. He showed up. I mean, I remember Lucas Graham during the Grammys. He was nominated for 7 years, and they went, that song you
he has such
a thousand times. It's a beautiful song. It's a great song. He sang it with Eddie. And I think he was trying to. Eddie's like a ham.
Eddie Island.
Eddie Island. And I think he was trying to say, look, the song is a serious song. And
I
mean, when you watch the words of the song, it's Captain's Cradle. I call it Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah.
Part 2. Cats
Eddie
in the
bugs
Cradle.
me, though.
Updated, where he's talking about you're a young kid. What your
Right.
father told you. Now you're getting older. So I call it the updated Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah, but I don't know
And
if
it's a very serious
if-
song,
yeah.
and Eddie looked like he was kind of like, "Come on, y'all! Like everybody
Yeah.
on the beat, y'all! Like
And
he's at a
I'm like,
club."
yeah.
And it's like, to me, it was a serious song, and I think Lucas was trying to tell him that.
Yeah.
And whatever. And
I think he missed 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 the message
of the song, which
and
happens
of what
a
Lucas
lot
was trying to tell him
on these shows. I said, when
Right.
Harry Connick Jr. was there, he said, that's about the lyrics. Anyway, so then he sang with Demetrius. I keep calling him Demetrius.
so good.
And they did Love Someone, and it was fantastic. And they made
Yeah.
I didn't realize his name was Graham. His name was Graham. He goes,
Yeah,
the
the Graham
brothers.
yeah.
And they sounded so good. They sounded
Yeah.
so polished. They sounded good. I'm like, I got to keep my eye on Demetrius because he's really
good.
really impressing me here.
Yeah.
They worked out good. He gave them good advice, and that was a good performance.
I think he's coming up at the right time.
the
too.
right time.
Yeah.
Then there was Lovely the band.
Yes.
Lovely the band came. They sang twice. They sang with. They sang twice. The first time they performed was with Wade.
Yeah, they
They
performed
sang with Wade. They did their song Broken, and they only had one guy in the band. I'm not that familiar with Lovely the band, but they had one guy in the band. I guess he's a singer. He was talking and giving Wade advice, and Wade was saying
Right,
different
because
stuff.
he was the lead.
And I'm thinking, I know Wade doesn't know Love the Band or their songs because he didn't know California Dreaming. There ain't no way he knows his Broken song. That's the thing. But the one that did surprise me, they sang with Rachel. Was it Rachel or Raquel? I think it's Raquel. They sang with Raquel. And they sang Tiny Dancer by Elton John. And she's like,
Wow.
I never heard of it. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like, you never heard of Tiny Dancer.
That's not her fault.
Yes, it
I blame her parents.
Alrighty.
No, you got to know that song. Does she know any Elton John? That's the part that just
I
killed
blame
me.
her. You were going on American Idol.
Yes, it's true.
There was a chance there could be an Elton John night. There was
Right.
a chance that an Elton song is going to come up in Hollywood Week auditions and
Right.
somewhere. If you study a series of songs, you need to study the Adele catalog.
Yes.
You need to study the Ed Sheeran catalog.
Yeah.
You gotta be a standby. You may need to study a little bit of Bryan Adams because they love
Know
to
the
throw out of Bryan
Beatles.
Adams. You may
Yeah.
want to get that Aerosmith song that everybody seems to keep singing that they should stop.
You may want to
Sing a
open
little Celine Dion,
up the
little Whitney
Disney
Houston,
vault.
The Disney vault. You might
Yeah.
want to look into a Motown night. Just
Right.
think of a Motown greatest hits. Go to YouTube, do Motown's greatest hits, and pick it out.
Don't
And
even do that.
You might as
it's
well.
a cheat sheet. They have it all there for
Yeah,
you.
and
You just
there's a
listen
band-
to the last
there's a band
Idols.
called the Bee Gees. The Brothers Gibb. You may not know the Brothers Gibb. You may have heard of Saturday Night
Oh,
Fever,
God.
but you might want to listen to a little bit of that.
Right.
She should at least know 4 Elton John songs.
Yeah, that's true. I will
4.
give you that. Tiny Dancer.
I
Yes.
understand Almost Famous is one of the big songs it's known for. I understand she's a little
but
young.
that song was a long time
Almost
ago.
Famous came out in 2000, so
Right.
she probably wasn't born or young or whatever. But if she knew she was going to be American Idol, even after Hollywood Week, you were coming into this.
So you're not giving her a pass.
I just can't give her a pass. And then she's kind of like, I'm the cool idol. I'm the
cool idol.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
Look at my clothes.
I'm a little more,
so and so.
a little more confident.
Whatever, but I don't know. Elton
But she
John,
didn't work on her
Tiny
voice
Dancer.
as much, right?
I'm not expecting you to know Levon or Daniel or Philadelphia Freedom, but Ken on the Wind, Betty and the Jets, Tiny Dancer, and maybe one more.
And your song or Daniel?
I want to go Daniel.
Your song.
Maybe Rocket Man. Yeah, Rocket Man. The movie's coming out. Get
Yeah.
with it.
I
don't know. They looked about us. They go, you don't know the song? They don't know. So she
Yeah.
said no. And then they delivered it and it didn't sound as great. And I wanted her to do well.
It could have been better.
I wanted her to do well.
I was all
Not many
surprised. I'm like,
R&B,
hey.
There's no R&B singers left.
Not
So
one.
I was hoping she would
Not
do
a
well.
one.
And I was
Unless you
hoping-
count Uché, but I don't know if you can count Uché.
I was hoping no. I'm saying there's no R&B singers, female
aren't.
singers in the competition, and she was the last hope for it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work because
It didn't
guess what
work.
didn't show? She got sent home.
Because, like we said before, where are our like black I can sing my ass off divas?
Are they on another show?
They sitting there waiting for some chairs to turn.
Are
They
they
waiting
on
for
The
next
Voice?
year?
Were they waiting for the 4? Or are they waiting
Oh my
for-
God! You think they could be waiting for the 4?
Are they songwriters? Are they songwriters and going to the new songwriting show coming up called Songland? I
No,
don't know.
they're not songwriters.
Or did they say we've watched the past 4 seasons and there hasn't been a strong representation of
Right,
R&B,
they always
so
pick,
I'm not going to
they
go on
pick
the
the
show.
Maddie Poppy, so I'm going to save my time. I'm going straight to New York,
Maybe.
and I'm going to try out. The Tina Turner story is coming out.
I'm going to London.
Yeah, I'm going to London. I'm on my way.
We saw a lot of them in Hollywood Week.
Yeah, we did.
We saw.
You blinked and you missed them.
We blinked and we missed them.
Exactly.
I won't mention her name again, but we've seen there was some. I don't know what happened.
I don't
we
know.
saw some in Hollywood Week.
I guess
They
weren't quite.
They didn't get covered.
I
They
know.
didn't see them in the auditions. Well, they cut a couple of them that we saw in the auditions, like Kaiser Singer and so on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, but
Maybe
what can
one?
we do? Well, we got our one.
We had Journey last
we
week.
had Raquel. That was our
Didn't
one.
know Tiny Dancer, and she's
and there you
gone.
go.
So Raquel, if you're out there, we were wishing for you. We were hoping. Maybe you
I
could
was
come
hoping
back,
to see
try out
more
for a
of you
future
to see
show.
what happened, but hey.
And good luck to you. You know
But
what?
congratulations on making the top 20.
To make it the top 20. Go see Rocket Man in May. Hear Tiny Dancer. She could be kicking herself. She could be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I don't know, and they're going to show it on TV.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, so that was.
She got to go to Hawaii.
She sure did, and took
That
her
works for
family.
me. Yeah.
That's a very good prize. There's a very, very good prize. Oh, it just
Cynthia.
hit me. Cynthia.
Oh my God. Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia.
So good.
Cynthia sang with Ryan.
Yes.
First of all, she sang with Ryan, and she sang Hold On, I'm Coming by Sam and Dave.
Oh my God, she sure did.
I was like, is Nigel back? Who picked the song?
That was like a little wink and a nod to Nigel.
You know I love me some Nigel.
Yeah.
You know I love me some Sam and Dave. Sam and Dave, who is getting the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammy ceremony this year.
Right.
You'll have to watch it on a PBS special later. We're going to the taping in May. Congratulations. I just saw him at the Grammy.
You're right. Legends. Music legends.
Sam and Dave. Love the song.
Yeah, who did pick
Love
that?
Sam and Dave. Who picked Hold On, I'm Coming for Ryan
Yeah, Ryan.
and Cynthia?
Who should have just had a pop song or
It just
I
didn't.
don't know.
It just seemed like who picked the song?
Yeah.
It was kind of like, and you know, I get with my conspiracy theories, so that was cool too. It's like because Ryan went home. Could it be because he sang the song?
It makes you wonder because
He
it's
sang
almost
it
like
great.
flip it.
She sang
Have
it
Raquel
great.
sing "Hold On, I'm
Yeah.
Coming." Have
They
Ryan
both
and
sang
them
it
sing
good. They
"Tiny
both
Dancer."
sang it great. It looked like it was. It looked like a performance you see at a PBS special, where they're singing the duets or something. And I love PBS,
It looked like
and I love to watch PBS specials.
it reminded me of a mother-daughter dance, a mother-daughter talent
They're
show,
around the same
a
age,
mother-son
so
talent
wasn't
show.
that issue? I
Right.
don't know.
It's the Partridge Family, and it's like Shirley, not with Danny or with Keith, but the little boy.
Oh, what was the little boy's name of the Partridge Family?
I can't remember, but it reminded me of them.
The little boy, was he Billy?
No, he wasn't Billy.
Wait, we have Keith. Keith Carradine. Oh, damn it.
I know. Sorry, I'm getting off track.
Keith Carradine, sure.
Let's reel it back in. I didn't get you
Michael.
in. Let me.
Mike?
It wasn't Mike. It wasn't Michael. I don't know what it was, but it was not that.
You got
Anyway.
me on some TV trivia here. I can't with the Partridge Family.
But look how you can get right back
it's
into
gonna
it.
come to me.
Yes.
And I like to have a TV trivia.
Go back
TV
on
trivia.
Sam and Dave.
Music's my thing. You should know the kid for the Partridge Family show. Anyway, Sam and Dave.
Now,
It
what
just
is this damn
didn't
name?
work. I don't know. And it kind of annoyed me because I really liked Ryan. I liked him. I liked his voice. I wasn't sold on him at the beginning, but when
Right.
he got to Hawaii, I was like, wow. I really was enjoying his voice. I knew him and Jeremiah were going to be in competition, and one of them could suffer for it, I
Oh,
thought.
come on. You look at the two of them, you put them next to each other, and no offense to Ryan, but Jeremiah's going to win every time.
Totally. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I knew the judge was going to start picking their pairs. They're going to put them in the same category to be grouping for their voice, and he's going to, I don't know. I just thought it was wrong. I don't know. It'll come to the kid's name. I just don't know. I don't know. It annoyed me. And then guess who she sang with the second time?
Jeremiah.
That was her second partner.
That was
Probably my favorite duet.
That was my favorite Idol performance of the whole entire season so far.
My favorite duet.
And my favorite voice
just
performance of the entire season so far,
Is your favorite
too.
what?
voice performance.
Your favorite voice performance and your favorite American Idol performance
Yes,
of all time.
of the entire. No, not of all time. Of the season
so far. Okay,
Yes.
that's great to know. As we're going to be talking about the voice shortly. Okay, Cynthia just flawless. She's got that flawless voice.
Oh my God, she was so
Tell
good.
she's a Broadway performer. She's fantastic.
So good.
She's everything else. And then you have he comes up and they're singing time after time, and the chemistry of the two of them together.
So good.
Their vocal styling.
They knew.
She didn't outshow him, because sometimes it's like, she,
Right.
And it wasn't like she was like even holding back. She knew to sing softly.
Right. And she knew how to direct him so well.
It just was so beautiful. It was
so good.
A good performance.
They connected on an emotional level, and I think that they connected in I'm your duet partner. It's like we're equals when we sing this song. And then they also connected as mentor and mentee.
Yeah.
If that's even a word, the mentee.
I don't know if that's a word or not,
Well,
okay. We
teacher
get it.
student, where the teacher knows, okay, I have a great singer here. I don't have to overcoach him. I don't have to over whatever. We can just directly pick the perfect song. Oh my God, it was just beautiful. It was like
just
everything you wanted a duet to be.
And they kind of, maybe they should, in the next seasons, maybe they should say,
Bring
what?
Cynthia back every year.
We're going to do duets. Here's a few samples of what you should watch.
Yeah.
That one there. There was a couple last season, but that one was just, it just stood out.
It was so good.
Stood out. It was just so beautiful. And I'm like, he's already going to make it to the top 14. Before that performance,
Right.
You were selling straight there.
Yeah. First
And
person going.
The very last one we'll mention, and we'll talk about the cuts, and it just hit me now. The other person, as I see it on my list here, that only sang once was Ben Harper.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Harper comes.
But he sang with Alejandro.
He sang with Alejandro.
I love Alejandro.
They sang There Will Be a Light together. It sounded like they knew each other, they were working together. And the funny part about it was there was a connection. Ben Harper, which I did not know, he's from the 909. He states that his grandparents, I think it was his parents or grandparents, have a store. It's been there for 60-something
I don't know.
years. It's down in the 909.
Oh, in
They own an instrument
California,
shop
right.
down in the 909. Alejandro's from 909. He's been there. So I'm sure Alejandro wrote his list of three.
Yeah.
I'm
picked
sure he wrote Ben Harper. And then the studio was like, well, let's call Ben Harper up and see if he'll come down.
Right.
And then Ben Harper even said, he goes, I have 5 kids. When I'm on the road, I don't be doing anything like this. He
But
basically
then
said
he
it.
heard that it was Alejandro.
And then
so
he heard Alejandro, and he goes,
That's
I'm
nice.
definitely coming, which is, I think
that's
is the
nice.
Chris Isaac story. I'm definitely coming, and I'm coming because of this guy, because
Right.
I've seen him before. So I'm thinking, you've seen him before. What's going on?
Yeah.
This guy a
When have you
ringer?
seen him?
He's supposed to be real quiet
Right.
and just hiding in 909.
Right,
You
right.
know, what's going on? He says from his shop. Alejandro says, being in 909,
That's
goes
the
to
shop
that
everyone goes to,
Everyone
right.
goes to.
It's like their
He's even
local musician store.
He's even played guitar
Their
there.
local Sam Ash.
He's drummed it there at their
Right.
local Sam Ash. And Ben Harper said he remember seeing him in the store
I
one
think
time
that's great.
playing.
Yes.
So there was a connection.
They were fantastic
And he was
together.
looking like, oh my God, you actually see me? You know who
Right.
I am?
Right.
And then Ben Harper even said, wow, I'm okay not being the most famous person from that town. I
That's great.
What exact town it is. I want to say it's Pomona, but I could be wrong.
Well, it might be Pomona.
Yeah. So I was thinking, wow, 2 things I didn't know. I didn't know Ben Harper A had 5 kids. B, didn't know he was at 909. And C, I didn't know that they had the store.
But we knew that he was going to have a great performance with
Ben Harper,
Alejandro.
he's a great performer
Right.
live. I've seen him live before. I don't know how, why, where I was there, but I did see him live before. Everybody
right.
used to work with him. That's probably why I said the show. And he's a great performer. It's when you go and you see him, you're like, okay, I don't know much about him and whatever. But he
Right.
sounded fantastic. They sounded great together.
So good.
They were so comfortable with each
Yeah,
other.
it was one of my favorite
It
performances.
was the
right.
second performance, because the top
Right.
one for the 2 nights was definitely time after time.
Yeah, and Jeremiah
that went
and
up
Cynthia, yes.
points.
Right.
But overall, that was the last of duets, and then they did the cuts.
I thought they were pretty even. It was pretty, well thought out. The people that they picked, and the show as a whole was great. But one little thing we have to talk about: Ryan. Ryan was sick for one of the days.
Should we talk about that now, or should we talk about the eliminations or the cuts? Well,
Why can't we just talk about it now?
You brought it up. Ryan was sick.
He's never sick.
We've never seen Ryan sick. I know once we were at a show, we were at a live taping,
And he wasn't feeling
and they
well.
said Ryan wasn't feeling good. They said Ryan was sick. They didn't know if he was going to be performing, and so you think he could dance, built in the same studio.
Right, and
they
Kat
were
was there
saying they were
rehearsing.
there, and they said Kat was there. She might be coming out with Ryan.
Right, Kat
It never
Deely.
happened, Kat Deely. Ryan, we've never seen Ryan sick.
Right.
How much sick days does he have? I mean,
I
does
know.
he have his 5 days a year like most
Yeah,
of us? Or,
exactly.
and he hasn't used them, and we added this up with the 17 years.
He gets
so
a lot.
Ryan was sick, and it probably was, that was during the time when everybody was getting
Everyone
sick.
was getting sick,
Even
right.
worse in California,
Right.
and it was really
Because
scary.
when we went to Hollywood Week, he wasn't there.
No, he wasn't
But
there.
he could have
again,
been
we didn't know
back and forth between
back and
York.
forth because of the tape,
Right.
the Kelly and Ryan show. We don't really know, but he was sick.
Yeah.
And I know we've joked a bunch of times, I've seen online as well, about how much him and Bobby Bones kind of
Look alike, right.
And Bobby Bones filled in for him.
Which I thought was
And
kind
I
of
thought
funny.
it was like the end of Sunday show, they go, and the twist that no one saw coming, and especially me, and you're thinking, oh, there's a twist.
I know, I'm like,
and
what
the
twist?
twist was
What
that
happened?
Ryan was
Yeah.
sick. Bobby filled in, he made a little joke, don't judge your TV, it's
Right.
me.
And they look alike.
And they kinda look alike,
You never know. It was
and
funny.
I don't know.
But I feel like it changed the energy of the show just a teeny
It kind of
bit.
changed the show because Bobby was walking up kind of like a mentor. Ryan walks up like kind of a support system, like,
Right.
"You did good?
Exactly.
You think you did all right?
Right,
You
right, right.
okay?"
Where Bobby was like the fifth judge
where
that night.
Bobby was kind of like, okay, I've been trying to tell you this.
Yeah.
And I can see what I'm saying.
You
'cause
see
you're
what
about
I
to
mean?
get cut.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
But it was interesting to
Yeah.
see Ryan not there.
I know.
But
So speaking of cuts,
speaking of cuts, it wasn't pretty.
yeah, I feel like it was a brutal cut,
It was a brutal cut. But that second show, they cut Raquel.
which no one was really
Didn't
surprised
know
by
Tiny
that.
Dancer didn't sound as great.
Yeah,
And
and
cut Logan, who mentioned he was kind of not sure about singing a song with the One Direction. That's why I talk about the
right, who hadn't really. I'm pretty sure he's the one that hadn't really harmonized before either.
I think he was one of the ones. They made sure,
I don't
like I
know.
said, they made sure. But I already mentioned that.
Yeah.
And then they cut Ryan, who was out there singing "Hold On, I'm Coming." And the day
Did he make it?
No.
Hold on, I'm coming. No.
he didn't make it.
Right.
And that was the night two. So I wasn't that surprised for those three looking at who they.
I wasn't
performed
surprised
with.
with any of them. Right.
I mean, I could have probably cut another person. You know, maybe I would have saved Logan and cut Eddie if I had to make the cuts that day.
Yeah, I can see that.
Would I have done something with Evelyn and Raquel? Maybe not, but I would have
No.
thought about it.
Maybe.
But the other night before, they ended up cutting Shawn, which you kind of knew was going to happen.
Right, right.
They ended up cutting Kate. That kind of surprised me. That
I
they
was a little
cut
surprised
Kate.
by Kate too, but
That did.
I was thinking Ashley was strong, so there wasn't any way they were going to let Ashley go.
Oh my God, Ashley. Who
Kate
did
and
Ashley
Ashley.
sing with? Did we mention Ashley?
Did we?
Oh God, Ashley. Sorry.
I don't know. Well, sorry, Ashley,
Sorry, Ashley.
but
you
I
made
don't
it.
know.
We'll
yeah,
talk about
you made
next
it.
week.
You made it over Kate. It would have been one of the two of them,
Who
maybe.
did Ashley sing with?
Jason Mraz, I think.
Oh, we did mention.
Didn't she? Yeah.
We did mention her. She sang with Jason Mraz. We did.
yeah.
Sorry, we did. We got
They
you.
picked
Ashley.
her.
And then they cut Kate, and they cut Shawn, and they cut Bubbly.
Oh yeah, Bubbly.
So looking at that lineup, would we have done anything differently? Would you have kept Bubbly? Would you have kept Kate? Would you have kept Shawn? I think
I wouldn't have kept Shawn, but that's just me.
that's you. We know you and Shawn ain't made it.
I don't think Shawn would have got out of Hawaii with me, but
Okay. So Shawn wouldn't have made it out of Hawaii. I think you said that last week. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
And just
Well,
not.
we gave Shawn his recommendations.
I'm comparing him to the other people. I'm not saying Shawn. I just wasn't. He wasn't my favorite.
Would you have kept Kate? I kind of liked Kate. I'm thinking who I would have swiped her out with. That's
would've-
something too. It's kind of hard because it would be nice.
I feel like they had to
It'd
pick
be nice
7
to see
and
all
7,
20.
right?
To see all 20, pick 14 done.
But they were supposed.
Don't break 'em
were
up
they
in
purposely
multiple
picking
days.
7 guys, 7 girls?
Yeah, and they split on multiple days. That makes it. I don't like that either. Just give me
Yeah.
the 20.
Yeah, give me my 20 all at once.
Don't
and
make me
boom,
compete
boom,
against
boom.
10. Maybe compete against 20. Bring it on. Pick the 14.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
Well, they picked the 14.
I don't
And
know.
the 14.
I know I was side-eyeing
I
some
was
of
so
the...
kind of upset when Kate got cut.
Okay, maybe
I
it's
may
not
regret
that...
it later. I may think, oh, that was a good decision later. But
Okay, here's for me. I was more upset with the cuts from Hawaii.
yeah, then the
To
cuts
this.
today. But Kate got two of the best prizes ever. She got to go to Hawaii on
Yes.
the stage with that beautiful Disney hotel, which I heard is just so gorgeous.
I'd never
Taking
know.
her family members.
I'd like to see Hawaii one day.
Taking her family members. I've been several times. It's lovely.
And I don't mean like Hawaii 5-0 or
I've been
Magnum
there.
PI
It's
once
lovely.
or twice.
Maybe someday you will go as well. But
Someday.
she had a beautiful, beautiful trip there. And she got to see with Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
That's two things.
Those are two
and
good
that would be
prizes.
on my resume real quick,
Yeah.
too. Kate.
But some advice for Kate.
Yes.
Get back on that guitar.
Yeah.
And learn your guitar.
And don't mention you only play guitar for a year. You know,
Yeah.
No one's
We don't
really
need
gonna
to know that. Right.
unless you're a guitar super person.
Unless you
or
effed
you
it up.
know about
Right.
guitar.
Right.
I think I would have mentioned when Neil said you should do a solo. I'd be like, yeah, Neil. Me and you rock it out to a solo. Let's
Especially,
go.
why even have it if you're not going to do something
And at
with
the end,
it?
they hugged her and all that. I know you're not supposed to start tooting your resume and all that, but I think when I was hugging them and they're like, "Oh, it's just so great," I would have been kind of like, Neil and Pat, if you ever need like an opening act or like a local
Yeah.
star or you can pass my car.
Can I
don't
give
know
you
how
my
long-
text number?
How
Can we
long
text?
after the show are they on contract? We don't know at this stage. I wonder if she could contact
I don't know
them
any
now.
of the business specifics
because I
of
would
that.
be on Twitter right now. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was so great. Neil and Pat.
Well, you
Love
could
to
say
see
that
you
at
guys
any time,
again.
ain't it?
Yeah, I'd be saying that a lot.
Right.
I'd be waiting for Pat Benatar to get
Right.
online or whoever does her social media. I'd be saying that out because you just never know. And Bubbly,
Right.
I'd be on that Shaggy tip. Logan, you never
Yeah.
know when Julia Michaels
Right.
might need a background person. You just never know. I know
Okay.
people out there don't want to be background people, but it's helped a lot of people, and you need to get that opportunity when you can get it because the music business
Because the
is
goal
very crowded.
Okay, is the
and it's
goal
very
to
tough.
be a superstar, or is the goal to be where you can work as a musician for a living?
Comfortable.
I think that needs to
That's
be
the new goal.
I think that needs to be the new goal for some of the people.
It has to be because the music business is tough. The music business was
Yeah.
tough back when I was in the music business. Now with YouTube,
Right.
people there was a time when the A&R guys would go and find people, and now these people are popping up on
People are
YouTube.
coming out of you left
They're
and
making
right,
their own tape.
right.
You couldn't make your own demo like that. Now they got studios in their bedroom and they're
Yeah.
making demos.
Right.
They're putting out local things, the independent market.
Yeah.
And now they're charting independent
It's a different
songs,
independent market,
which has
too.
Never happened before.
Yeah.
This could be a good thing, and it could
Yeah.
also be a bad
Remember,
thing.
like when who was it? Annie DeFranco. Annie.
Yeah, Annie DeFranco.
had her. She was like notorious for doing the independent things, having her independent business, independent side
Yes.
business, and she was comfortable at it. And now I feel like everybody has it.
There's a
It's
lot of
more
artists.
videos now though because of YouTube. I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists that didn't want a record deal. They
Right.
didn't want. They were independent. They were licensed.
just
they
wanted
were
the
selling,
exposure and
and
the
they had
traffic
whatever. And
and-
Chance the Rapper put a
Right.
big change in the game by being independent and giving away his, doing concerts for free and
Right.
deals and selling T-shirts. It's a whole different cycle now.
Right,
So
exactly.
These people on American Idol are getting exposure that
Right.
you can't buy.
And getting like the
That
mentorship
exposure. I mean, it's
from
good.
like Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Who knows? Say what you want about her. She knows how to get a following. She knows how to get attention.
Hey, and she's a
she
perfect
knows
example.
how to get top 10 pop hits.
She's a perfect example. I remember a time when she played. I remember when Katy Perry played the Whiskey.
right.
And they were asking, "Do you want to go?"
Right,
Like,
exactly.
You please come in.
Right.
And
Right.
you saw what happened with her.
Right.
She's
And
a
then-
perfect example.
Right. And look
Who
at
had a record
and
deal,
look at
lost
Luke,
the deal, made a comeback 10 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at Luke Bryan.
Exactly.
There's like 3,500 male country singers, and
Yeah,
he
and
stands
then some.
out.
Yeah, and then some.
Yeah, and he's managed to stand out and not get lost in the sea of all those people. So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then we've got Lionel Richie. Anytime you can mention Lionel Richie and his worldwide success, that man opened the Olympics.
Anytime
This
you
man
can
has an
mention-
Oscar.
Lionel Richie, I'll just make it short. Lionel Richie, people laugh. Oh, Lionel Richie, he's still around. Lionel Richie's not my thing. Lionel Richie's from the 80s. I don't know Lionel Richie's before my time.
Uh-huh.
Lionel
Yeah, but
Richie
you know,
is still
hello.
relevant. You know, hello. He's more relevant now than he
You
is
know,
then.
dancing on the ceiling.
I never thought that I would be going to buy a ticket for Lionel. Well, I was going to be buying a ticket for Lionel Richie, of course.
Right, no matter
I
what.
never thought I'd be buying a ticket and there'd be like people beating me to the seat I want.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean in a negative way because
Right.
I've been supporting the Commodores and Lionel's career.
Right.
But what's going on here?
Yeah.
I gotta run and get this ticket to Hollywood Bowl because it might sell
Superstardom.
out.
Right.
What? I gotta see Lionel Richie at the Hollywood Bowl?
I may not hear Zoom. What?
That's a whole other story. Lionel, we gotta talk about Zoom. I know you're not listening to this podcast,
Yeah.
but
You'll never even know this podcast.
But I will have to see you and tell you, and you need to sing this.
Right. So that's pretty much it. So they narrowed it down
to 14
people.
Evelyn,
the top 14.
Jeremiah, Alyssa, Wade, Eddie, Alejandro. Then it was Uché, Raleigh. Can we name them all?
Ashley,
Uché,
Lacey.
Raleigh, Ashley, Lacey,
Madison.
Lane, Madison.
Yes.
I think that's
if we left someone out, we apologize.
There's 14 now.
Right.
So now what happens next, Phil?
What happens next, Belinda?
The top 14 will perform.
Right.
They'll perform on Sunday. Sunday will be the date they will perform.
Right.
Where we will be going to the taping.
We're going to that taping, so we'll get to see them
seeing,
for the first time on the Idol stage.
Studio. So we'll be able to give you a little insight, what you saw, what you didn't see, if anything happened, and all that, if it did or not. Usually, when you go to a taping, it's going to be taped in advance. It usually runs just like a live show, so there probably won't be any secret insights we'll have or whatever to tell you, but we will let you know the inside feelings and the outside. And we'll watch the episode on the air before we do the podcast, just so we can see if it feels differently Sunday, and all that. And then on Monday, we're also going back to Idol. Monday will be the first
actual live show.
First actual live show.
Right.
And it's the results where we're gonna go to 14 people to 10. So the top 7 are gonna get America's vote.
Right.
And the remaining
last 3
will be there, and the judges will each pick one person to make out the top 10.
Right.
And 4 artists will be eliminated. So it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, it'll be a brutal cut.
We'll be there.
But the thing that will probably be okay with this cut a little bit is that it's the America's vote. And so we'll get to see America's perspective and what they think of the 14 so far in the performances and what kind of artists they're going to be. And it'll probably give us a little bit more of like what kind of season it's going to be.
Yeah, that's true.
So it should be a lot of fun. So you can find me on Twitter at Phyllis_Thomas. Belinda, where can people find you?
You can find me trying to think of that kid on the Partridge Family.
Oh, his name is Chris.
Chris?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Danny,
Lori, Keith, Tracy, I think, and Chris, Shirley, Ruben the manager.
I can't think of the kid's name. Its name is Chris.
It's that, and they were Partridge Family.
Well, we know
I think
that.
It was Chris.
David Cassidy, rest in peace. I love you, David. Anyway, and you can find me.
And happy birthday to Shirley, who recently had a birthday.
Happy birthday to Shirley, who had a birthday, and the late great David Cassidy's birthday. He would have been 69 on April the 12th.
Oh yeah.
And I'm at Belinda's LA Music.
That's good, Belinda. So we'll see you guys next time, and good luck to the Idols.
Good luck, top 14.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.